You don't have to say anything about me. People aren't expecting me on there. So
Yeah.
don't talk about it. It's live.
I'm just reading. Holy crap, I've got a few questions here, Dale. Ready to go. Oh, crikey, g'day. How you going this afternoon? Rick Smith from Havenwood Tiny Homes. Thanks for joining us. You might note I'm sporting a new cowboy hat, fresh from America, Shady Brady. Thank you, Shady Brady. I've actually got to upgrade my hats every about 6 or 8 months because they get a bit sad and droopy and after a little bit. So I buy them in packs of 3, so they just keep on coming. Big week this week, heaps happening, heaps going on. So thanks for joining us this evening. We're just trying to scatter the kids away a bit so they don't make a racket in the background. But hope you had a great day. Hey, what a cracking day. Sun was out, guns out. You know, it's fantastic. Loving this weather. Bring on the sunshine, you know, and I reckon we pray against the El Nino that they're talking about, and I reckon we just think it's going to be hot and sunny. Loving the sunshine. I can't get enough heat. I'm definitely not a snow bunny. Got the Sharkies, Guernsey on, a bit of a Sharkies fan, and had full intentions to watch the game last night, but I fell asleep. I had asked the kids, I said, who won last night? I said the Sharks lost by 2 points. Oh dear. Anyway, it's too late. I already had my Guernsey on, so happy days. Anyway, before we get started, just while you're settling in and get yourself a drink and all that sort of stuff, not going to be a big one tonight, just a couple of quick questions, but it's great being back, eh? Like, love having a spell every so often. Last week was Father's Day and sort of cracking back into it this week, so we're good to go. And quite fun this weekend. I'm batching, right, because Shani's away for the weekend with the girls, and anyway, so I'm calling the shots, you know. And you get up in the morning, like with the foster kids, you sort of got to get into this routine, and same old, and you got to keep it boring. And like as soon as you start doing other stuff, they just like they lose it, you know. So anyway, this morning I'm getting up for brekkie about 6:30, and you get up the kids to keep the routine going. Kids, you out of bed? Yep. Like they're so confident when they say yep. And you sort of think, yep, they're getting up. Like it's just like, bam, they're getting out of bed for sure. It's just like, yep. Anyway, I'm cooking brekkie, got the coffee going, and then half an hour later I thought, where's the blooming kids at? What's going on? Kids, you up out of bed? Yep. They're still laying in bed, eh? Like, what's the go with that? They can't help themselves, eh? But I've got to give them 10 points for confidence. Like, they sold me. Maybe they've got to be good sales reps or something down the track, you know. And talking about kids, eh? Like, it's so funny. Like, let me know if you see this happening, right? So what happens is, it's like I nearly need a 4-wheel drive to get in my own front door. You know, like, you come home, you got push bikes and skateboards, like they just dump it straight in front of the front door. Anyway, you got to trip over this, dodge that, and then when you get inside the door, then there's the school bags and jumpers and shoes. It's like fair dinkum, man. I've got to get a Dodge Ram just to get inside the front yard, you know, inside the house. It's just crazy stuff. I was like, let me know if your kids are just like that. They just throw stuff. It's just they just dump it and run, you know. It's crazy stuff. But anyway, got some exciting news. I've got to put that on the table later in the show. It's always exciting. I mean, it's just like I'm loving this game, hey. It's just, I wake up every morning, it's like, yes, it's another day. Like, I get out of bed, well, actually, I don't get out of bed. I wake up because I'm a fast sleep. I go to bed, I'm asleep by 7 o'clock. And anyway, I go into a coma for about 5 hours. I sleep fast, and then from then, it's like, I'm ready to go, but there's nothing open, there's nothing going on, so I've just got to lay in bed and listen to a few preacher tubes and stuff like that. Where was I going with that? Who knows? Anyway, later in the show, I'm going to put on the table a bit of exciting news, so that's going to be good fun. Actually, just a little bit of housekeeping when it comes to Havenwood Tiny Homes and caravans, okay? I've heard a few people saying bits and pieces about Havenwood and they're illegal and they're not legal on the road and all this sort of stuff. And I thought, what I want to do, I just want to put a few... I want to spell out what we do, just so you know, because I come out of the high-rise games. I've been doing the high-rise for 25, 30 years. So and then sort of when I got into tiny homes, did a lot of homework, spent 12 months researching, engineers, RMS, all sorts of things. And then really, I think the concept was conceived out of just need for our high-rise sites, in that moving, site sheds around from site to site and that sort of thing. So the concept was born out of, effectively, we've got tilt tray trucks carrying a 3-metre site shed. So we've got a registered truck carrying an oversized load, moving it from job to job, and obviously legal, above board, meets all the criteria, comes in under the category of an oversized load. So with our tiny homes, when I conceived the idea, so what we've actually got, we've got a registered trailer, so it separates from the tiny home. So you've got a registered trailer, 2.4 metres wide, registered trailer, VIN number, the whole shoot and shebang, carrying an oversized load. So whilst we're actually on the road, we're actually classified as a registered vehicle carrying an oversized load. Simple, real easy, no problem. When we land on site, okay, we're now classified as a caravan, because the Caravan Association, Caravan Industry Association, and also Council define a caravan as a relocatable home on a registered or a registerable trailer. We've got a registered trailer carrying an oversized load, but ultimately it's a relocatable home located on top of a registered trailer. So just to put it out there, just so people are aware of what we actually do. So we've got 2 structures. We've got a trailer frame, 150 millimetres of structural aluminium. Then we've got a 4-inch, 100 millimetre frame of tiny house chassis. So ultimately, then 250 mils of substructure, mate, that's right up there. That's structural aluminium, lasts a lifetime. Now, then when it comes to caravans, okay, let me give you some specs on a caravan. To be classified as a caravan, well, first it's got to be registerable. So, and this, it's sort of buyer beware here. Just be a little bit careful when you're choosing your tiny home company, that the trailer they're actually giving you, or that's got to come with your tiny home, is a registerable trailer. So in other words, it needs a VIN number. It's got to be rated at the right rate, at the right load to be able to actually carry a tiny home. So ultimately, the tiny home is built on top of the trailer. But now with that trailer, firstly, like I mentioned, it's got to have a VIN number to be registerable. If it doesn't have a VIN number and you're just getting a once-off permit to deliver a tiny home without a registerable trailer, effectively you're not meeting the true definition, council definition, and the Caravan Industry Association definition of a registerable trailer. The second thing with your tiny home, if it wants to be classified as a caravan, there's lots of parameters that need to be met. There needs to be highlights. I've never once seen a tiny home across Australia with highlights, because to actually be registered and to be legal on the road as a caravan, you must have highlights on your trailer. You need reflectors. You need your door entry to the caravan needs to be on the passenger side. So lots of criteria you've got to meet. So just be careful. I don't want to see people get caught out that you pick up your tiny home, you get it delivered with a once-off permit, or it gets delivered on a low-loaded truck. I mean, you've got to start to ask the questions. If you're going to deliver it on a low-loaded truck and not tow it like a normal caravan would be towed, there's something going to miss here. There's something not right. So I think for the whole industry, I think manufacturers, everyone, like, we've got to play by the rules. Like, let's do it right. We don't want to mislead customers, because we don't want them to get in trouble at the back end, because it just gives the whole industry a bad name. There's lots of companies out there that are doing the right thing. They're playing by the rules. Their trailers are registerable. Yeah, sure, it might not be registered, and they just got to get a once-off permit to get it delivered, but it still has a VIN number. If it doesn't have a VIN number, it's not a registerable trailer and doesn't meet the specs. So just be careful, because I'd hate to see people get caught out with their tiny home and the council crack down on them, and you've got to get rid of it off the block, you know. So council's definition of a caravan is a registerable relocatable home on a registerable trailer. And then you've got the size of the trailer. The trailer can't be any bigger than 2.4 metres wide, can't be any higher than 4.3 metres high. Now, as you're aware, our tiny homes are 4.6 metres from the ground. So how do we meet that category? Well, our trailers, because they're separable, our trailers are actually only 600 millimetres high. So, mate, we smash the definition. Like, it's got to be under 4.3. We're only 600 mil for the trailer. So, because the definitions aren't pulled together, so you got a relocatable home on a registrable trailer, and the second definition is the actual size of the trailer, 2.4 metres wide and less than 4.3 metres high. Bam, we meet both definitions. Did my homework, man. Like, I've been around, and if I'm going to do this, I'm not going to mislead people. I'm going to play by the rules. I'm going to do everything by the book. So we're legal, and hence delivering tiny homes all over Australia right now. No problem at all. So, but just make sure you do your homework with your selected company that you're running with. Make sure you do meet the criteria of a caravan and council regs and all that sort of stuff, because I'd hate to see someone come unstuck with that, you know. Okay, what else have we got? I've been batching this weekend because, as I mentioned earlier, Shane was away for the weekend with some girlfriends and stuff, and took some daughters away, and which is great. So I'm cooking. Cost me $35 at the club. Hey, they're really good cooks there, eh? T-bone, chips, mate, doesn't get any better than that. So too easy. Now listen, well, I've got a couple of questions coming through here now. What do we got? Went to the display village. One of your homes had a walk-past bathroom. Is that a new model? Well, in actual fact, that was actually designed by a client. She grabbed a couple of our designs and she mixed and matched, and it was a combination, I think, of the Dawson model and a Jolie model. So what we've actually got, we've got the bedroom. This is all on ground floor, okay? We've got the master bedroom at the end of the tiny home, and the bathroom's actually in a little hall. We've got a 600 millimetre hallway on the left-hand, well, on this one, the left-hand side, the bathroom. So you walk past the bathroom, 1.8 by 2 metre bathroom, and then so you don't have to walk through the bathroom like our what model is that? That Maverick model. You actually walk past the bathroom. So if you have visitors and guests, a couple of things is easy. They just sort of walk down the little hallway and slip into the bathroom, you know. And then of course you've got your bedroom at the end, so your visitors and guests don't have to walk into your actual bedroom. And because, as you're aware, our homes are 3 metres wide, so 600 mil hallway, 2.8 internal, so you got about a 2 metre odd, 2.1 metre bathroom, so you can walk past the bathroom. Bathroom's on the left, so that is the beauty of the 3 metre wide footprint. It does give you that extra space and that opportunity to be able to create, do stuff like that, like use your walk past bathroom, and it really works, you know. So, okay, what else we got here? Do you build solar trailers? Well, the answer to that question is yes, we do solar trailers, but I'm all about giving best value for money. Now, with our current homes and our solar packages, so that's when the solar panels are on top of the roof, there's a huge argument, and I actually support it, is that what if your tiny home, you've got your preferred location and the view, and you're actually shaded by trees and stuff. So what that's going to do is block out the solar catchment of the sunlight and that. So, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, if we have a separate trailer for the solar panels, like bung it over here in the sun, the solar panel, the tiny home can be in the shade. But then I'm thinking, well, hang on a second. You're paying for an extra, whatever, 8-10 grand for another trailer, another registered trailer. And then it's got 2 implements to move around if you ever do relocate your tiny home. So what we've sort of come up with, and I think it's a more economic, because I'm all about the commercial value or keeping the costs down, is that our current package, our solar package, is the 5 kilowatt solar package with the 3 440 watt solar panels on the roof, 5 kilowatt inverter, and then of course you've got your battery storage. Is that what we actually do if people have that situation where the tiny home's going to be in the shade, so you're not getting maximum sunlight You might only get 3 or 4 hours of sunlight during the day. What I believe and I recommend to people is the more economical packages is we actually supply another 3 solar panels, so another approximately 1,600 watts of solar panels. Put that in the sun, but they're just panels. Joined together, just put the clips together, put your low voltage wire up, so bung that in the sun. You don't have that infrastructure, another $8,000 of tiny house solar trailer, but you're maxing out the sun. So you got your solar panels on the roof, and you got 3 other solar panels. So we're talking like 2,600 watts of solar panels for about $17,000. Mate, that's just madness, mate. You can power a house with that. You know, like a big house, not a tiny house. Like a massive house, you know. So that's what I'd recommend. But in saying that, we do the solar trailers, but our preferred is to put the solar package actually on the tiny house. So if you ever move your tiny house, the solar package goes with you. And then what I'd recommend then is running with the extra 1,600 odd watts of solar panels just as freestanding units, which you can basically put over in the sunlight and join together with a low voltage DC cable into the actual package. That's the beauty of our 5 kilowatt inverters. You can actually upgrade the solar panels, and it smashes it. Yeah, plenty of power. So next question, what do we got? Do you do double glazed windows? Well, yes, we can, and we can do it. I shy away from that, and I sort of recommend to people, listen, with the double glazed windows, it basically doubles the cost of your windows, it doubles the weight of your windows as well. So what that means is you're adding weight, you're adding cost that you don't really need to do. So what we actually do, we've got, for a couple of clients coming through, we've upgraded the windows to smart glass, which is only going to add about 50% of the cost of the windows to the tiny home. Doesn't add to the weight, but it definitely does give you that extra thermal insulation through your actual glass. So that's what I'd actually recommend. And actually, yeah, this week I've picked up my Triton. I love my Triton. I've had about 4 Tritons. I love my Triton. And shout out to Mitsubishi, because you know what? My car was actually out of warranty. Okay, so the car's out of warranty, but what they've done, they've worked out, Mitsubishi, there was actually a manufacturing fault in the actual heads and the head gaskets and stuff, you know, whatever. I don't know the full technicalities of all, but anyway, long story short, they actually honoured that manufacturing fault. They put a spanking new motor in my Triton. Mate, happy days. I'm so happy. And yeah, just shout out to Mitsubishi for honouring their commitment to their cars. So thank you, Mitsubishi. 240 clicks later, and got a brand new motor. 240,000 clicks later, yeah, that's right. And so yeah, thanks so much for that, Mitsubishi. And exciting news. Okay, we've been building a bit of a spec here. We've got a Dawson specky coming through. Like, this is looking sharp as a tack. It's like there's lots of stuff going on. We're pimping it right up. So, hey, listen, if you're keen, you want to pick up a tiny home before Christmas, we're going to launch this onto the market probably in about the next. I don't wait till the kitchen goes in so we can really show how good this thing looks. It's a Dawson model. It's 8.2 metres long. It's got a pitched roof. It's going to have it's got all the bells and whistles. It really looks sharp. So if you're keen to really jump the queue and you want to pick up a new tiny home, I'm going to put the glass off. I think there's a question coming through. What's his name? That Taree, Port Macquarie trip, that might be Grills. Oh, yeah, Grillsy, there you go, mate. Yeah. So Grillsy was, he was the one that sort of established that me motor in the Triton was stuff, because he was towing a tiny home and just hacked it in. Anyway, okay, Dawson model coming up. We're going to launch it in a couple of weeks. So if you're keen, you want to pick up a home now, don't come to me with $5.50. We're pimping this one up. It's got to be top shelf. It's right up there. So, but if you're keen to impress the neighbours, this is the home to do it. So I'm really looking forward to launching that onto the market very soon. You might have noted I've bought the new Shady Brady hat from America. Anyway, in order to keep up my cowboy image, we had, because it's been so cold and so wet, anyway, the cows ultimately have been getting worms. So anyway, because a couple of them weren't looking real sharp, so I thought, man, I've got to sort these fellas out. I haven't got time to get them in the yard, so I'm going to go out and I'm just going to bulldog them. Anyway, I got Shadow, that's me boy. I said, come with me, boy. We'll go and get these calves, you know. Anyway, old mate, I said, I'll get him sort of up in the corner and up in the paddock. I said, right up, mate, jump on him. Of course, he'd give it a bit of half-hearted attempt. I said, crikey, mate, you've got to get your hands around their neck, man. You've got to get them in the headlock, you know, and drop them to the ground. And anyway, so I thought I'll give it a go myself, you know. I'm getting a bit long in the tooth, as you probably can see. And anyway, so I jump on this calf and get him in the headlock, and we come unstuck and we're down on the ground, and I'm wrestling an old mate, and he's rolled over on top, and it's like, crack! I was like, oh, damn, that's not going to be good. And anyway, I think I come off second best because, he trashed one of my ribs. But, hey, it's all good. I live to tell the story. But we managed to get the worm and stuff into him, so happy days, and he's come good, you know. Hey, listen, also, like I said, I'm going to keep it short and sharp today. I've got lots to do. 24th, what have we got happening? 24th, Australia's best house. We've got a tiny home. We've got one of our tiny homes. This was a tiny home that was delivered out to Louis. And this home is going to air. It's in a bit of a competition thing going on. And that'll be going to air on the 24th of this month in the small homes section from 5:30 to 6:30 on the 24th of September, 9 Live. So check us out. And I don't know how they choose who's the best, but anyway, if you see it, like, give us a thumbs up and just vote for us or something like that. So see if we can shag a win out of it, you know. So that's on the 24th of September. So check that out and let us know if you like it. I'm rattling on and stuff like that. And I actually wore long pants in that, so a lot of people might recognise me with my pants on. So normally I wear shorts. Oh, you know what I mean. Hey, listen, also, Brisbane, 29th, Brisbane Tiny House Expo. We're exhibiting at home. We're taking it home up there. We've got a home going up to Cairns, and we're going to sort of log in on the way through and show that, but the time didn't work for the clients at the back end, so we've got another home we're going to exhibit. It's going to look fantastic. It's a 3-metre home, 7.2 model, Jolie model, 3-bedroom, fireplace, built-in lounge. It's got to look sharp, so looking forward to showing the Queenslanders what we can do down here in the blues country, you know. So looking forward to going to that show. That's on the 29th to the 2nd of what have I got? October. Oh, that's 2nd of October. Yeah, 29th of September through to the 2nd of October. So Brisbane Tiny House Expo. So thank you for Faye for finding a spot for us there. So that's going to be great. Looking forward to exhibiting up there at the show, you know. Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, I'm going to keep it short and sharp today. I've finished rattling on and stuff like that, but true story, I reckon there's a bit of conspiracy around breakfast time, right? So, and I reckon it's been set up by probably spray and wipe and paper towels, because, like, what is it with breakfast, like, when you have toast? Toast has got to be the most messiest stuff. Of course, when Shani's away, that means I've got to keep the place clean, right? So before the kids get out of bed this morning, like, I'm cleaning the bench and get the place looking sharp, you know, nice and clean. And then the kids get up, they come and have brekkie. Well, as soon as you pull the bread out of the bag, like, there's crumbs just go poof, everywhere. And it's like, what is that, man? Like, it's just a mess. And then, right, and then toast it, like, double trouble. And it just magnifies the crumbs everywhere. And the kids, like my boy Shadow, it's like, it's just like he needs like hungry boards on his plate, like a what do you call it, toast plate. He's got crumbs all around here. He's got crumbs all around his seat. And then when he steps up to get away from the breakfast table, he's got crumbs on his seat. I thought, how in the heck do you get crumbs on the seat when you've just been sitting down? Like, what is that with kids? Like, mess everywhere. But anyway, I've got it sort of sorted. Shani come home, I was at church and I didn't get any rude text message, so I reckon we looked all right, although she did say the floor was a little bit sticky. So Lord only knows what that was. But hey, listen, I've rattled on enough today. Got through my questions. There's Angelo going, boy, lucky to not any lower because he's standing there bollocks naked, big man. He's had a swim this afternoon, can you believe it, already? Anyway, great big week coming up, heaps going on, loving life, and like I've got to say, I'm loving building tiny homes. I love seeing the joy on people's faces when we come down to check out the inspections of their tiny homes. Yeah. Hey, Shadow, how you going, mate? that's a good on you, boy. Righto, listen, that's it for me today. Have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next week, and hooroo.